Before this video starts, I'd like to address something. The topic I'm about to talk about has a lot of controversy and disagreement surrounding it. People have their own opinions, and it's okay to have them, but it is not okay to make fun of or shame people for opinions you or other people may not like. So please keep that in mind while watching this video, and I hope you enjoy. Hello everyone, my name is Buttermaster235, and welcome to another episode of Beloved Forever, a series in which I talk about shows that I consider to be the best of the best, and explain to you all why I think that. And welcome, one and all, to the Season 1 finale!
Woohoo!
Thank you, Gregory. Anyway, today we are going to be talking about a show that I and many other people consider to be a gem of cartoons. My Little Pony: Friendship is Magic. My Little Pony is a show on the Discovery Family. It is about a unicorn pony, soon to be alicorn princess, named Twilight Sparkle, and her friends Rainbow Dash, Applejack, Pinkie Pie, Fluttershy, and Rarity. Each of these ponies represent magical artifacts known as the Elements of Harmony. The main six, as we call them, travel on adventures and help out others across Equestria, while working out their own problems that arise in their own friendships. The show is one of a kind and has a plot that is so wonderfully awesome that it deserves to be talked about fully. So, that's what I'm going to do. Today, I will be covering the different sections of the show, what makes it so unique, and why it deserves to be so beloved. So, without further ado, let's roll! Now, I've already described the plot to you guys, so I'm going to talk about the main characters, who are surprisingly complex and have some of the best character development I have seen in a long time in cartoons. We have Twilight Sparkle. She is the smart, on-point pony who never fails to get the facts down. Although she has her own troubles, she does an excellent job as one of the main characters. We also have Rainbow Dash, the fast, energetic, egotistical pony, who is loyal and will never let any of her friends down, and my personal favorite of the main six. We also have Applejack, a down-to-earth simple farmer with a warm and honest personality. We also have Pinkie Pie, the...
I'm intrigued.
Gregory! She's here!
No offense. You kind of sounded like a dude.
I am a dude!
What? Too much?
Gregory, activate contingency plan Alpha!
I'm already on it.
Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh! I can't believe that almost happened, but luckily it didn't happen.
Pinkie Pie, how about, you head over in that direction over there, and we'll throw a tea party later on. Yeah, I promise. No, you know what? I pinky promise.
You are such a good friend.
Thank you, Pinkie. Now, can you, Pinkie, promise that you will not interrupt me for the rest of this entire video? Then we can do the tea party.
Cross my heart and hope to fly, stick a cupcake in my eye.
Alright, thank you, Pinkie Pie. Now just wait for me over in the spot, okay?
You can call me Pinkie. All of my friends do.
Okay, bye, Pinkie. Okay then. Well, as I was saying, we also have Pinkie Pie, who, as you can see, is the loudmouth, energetic, fourth wall breaking pony. I swear, I'd have to do an entire episode based on her solely just to get her character down. Anyway, we also have Fluttershy. She is the quiet, kind, sweet pony of the group. And finally, we also have Rarity, the prissy, dress-loving pony who is generous to all. After we are introduced to the characters, we are also introduced to the Elements of Harmony, magical artifacts that were created to keep balance and order in Equestria. The main six, as we like to call the characters, represent the 5 elements of harmony: loyalty, honesty, magic, laughter, kindness, and generosity. With these elements of harmony, the main six help keep Equestria safe when they are needed. Now, as for an overall plot of the show, it usually does this by having an entire season dedicated to certain events. Whether it be a showdown between a villain during the season finale or hints at something happening in the future, the show does an amazing job at pacing itself, allowing filler episodes to take place. And while filler episodes are usually used to pan out a season, instead the filler episodes in MLP actually have a purpose. It's to help character growth and development take place between the main six and other characters alike. MLP has a large cast of characters. While the main six are the main characters of the show, there are other characters in the series that can take the spotlight. The CMC, or the Cutie Mark Crusaders, are great examples of secondary characters. The CMC are the siblings of some of the main six. We have Apple Bloom, the sister of Applejack, Sweetieville, the sister of Rarity, and Scootaloo, while not being a sibling of Rainbow Dash, looks up to her as a sister. The CMC make up an important aspect of the show, that being how it is not just focusing on the main characters. It can span off and focus on other characters to show us the lives of the other ponies in the show that matter for plot. The CMC give us a look of what it's like to be a child in the world of Equestria, and what it's like to see the world as a secondary character. However, there is also one huge thing MLP does that most cartoons don't. They give focus to the background characters, and what the fans of the show think of them. Now, it's hard not to acknowledge the fact that the fandom of My Little Pony has had a major influence on the show, and because of it, much of the show's plot and characters have been changed because of them. The best example of this is Season 5, Episode 9, Slice of Life. This episode was solely made to show us what it's like to live in Ponyville, the main home of the main six, when the main six are off doing whatever they do, whether it being fighting monsters or tackling adventures in other areas. It shows us what it's like to live in Ponyville in all this chaos. This episode is a full reference that the MLP fandom really appreciated, and I myself loved the episode, thinking it was one of a kind. It really does show us how much the writers care for these characters and about what the fandom thinks about them. So much of the creators acknowledge our existence that it's gotten to the point where sometimes the characters of the show and the fandom can cross over with one another. In more recent times, however, the story doesn't just focus on the heroes. The villains of My Little Pony can be quite unique. Now, it's hard to imagine writing villains for a show about talking ponies. However, My Little Pony does this excellently.
Really? Are you sure about that?
Yes, Gregory, I'm sure. Trust me when I say you will be surprised.
If you say so.
Anyways, as I said, the villains of MLP can be really interesting, from Nightmare Moon, the wicked alicorn, to Lord Tirek, the centaur, and Chrysalis, the changeling. The villains of MLP are the most interesting you will see for this show. The most interesting villain in the show, in my opinion, is Discord, the spirit of chaos and disharmony. He is voiced by the fabulous John D. Lancey. He was introduced in the Season 2 opener of the show, and has to this day become a prominent character. He was first introduced as a villain. However, he returned later on in the series, and he was reformed and has totally become an anti-villain of sorts. Also, he totally has a thing for Fluttershy, but don't tell anyone because it might upset some people. Shipping! Anyways, ever since the villains have gotten more powerful and interesting, the show has gotten more and more intriguing, allowing us to experience what it's like to have villains in a show that really you don't expect there to be any villains in. In 2018, MLP got itself a theatrical movie, canon to the TV series. While the movie didn't do well with the critics, the people loved it. The fandom loved it, and personally, I really liked it too. It gave us everything we loved about the show and more, with new concepts and a great villain. We don't usually get much references to the movie nowadays due to the fact that much of the actors in the movies are too expensive to have in the actual show. However, the fact that the movie happened is just good. My Little Pony Friendship is Magic officially ended on its 9th season. In the finale, it answered all of our questions about what would happen to the characters after they grew up, after we grew up. My Little Pony changed so many people's lives, for the better, and personally it did with me as well. Without My Little Pony, so many people would have been in different places where they are now. The show had an impact on so many people. The fans, the conventions, everything that happened because of the show is all because of the brilliantness that is the show's creator and writers. True, there will be continuous other series under the name and merchandise of My Little Pony. My Little Pony Friendship is Magic is something that we will never get again. And personally, I loved it. And I am sad to see it go. However, as one man did say, all great things must come to an end. And as we say goodbye to My Little Pony, we say goodbye to the past, and we welcome the future. Thank you, everyone, for watching this episode of Beloved Forever. I want to thank all my subscribers for joining me this season. We've had tips and turns from videos not airing for 2 months all the way to 2 episodes in 2 weeks. I'm excited for the future and what it holds, and I am personally excited to see what happens in Beloved Forever Season 2. So, thank you all for watching Beloved Forever, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Now, if you need me, I need to go to a tea party with a certain pink pony before she hunts me down and kills me.